I mean, we live in a superficial society. Women only want the men with money.
Yeah, as they should.
Oh, thank you.
But I just,
Oh my God! No!
A lot of
Money
BS.
should be the number one thing one of the top things that a woman should look at when she's dating.
It is the main
Look,
topic.
It is. It should be.
Are you saying one of or
What the
The most important, yes.
What the f?
Agree because
Give me some money! Nigga! Give me some money! And I found shorty! I'll be cooking the shit out of her. And then after I cook her, I give her 100 bands to get her eye fix. Come back with that eye fix, I make you another 100 bands to fuck it up again. And I'ma just keep on cooking you? I'ma just keep on cooking you?
oh,
I'm not gonna lie, Jubilee do be f***ing up, man. I'm not even gonna hold you. Jubilee be on some weird type time with these black people, bro. They never pick black people that's like a genuine like representation of all black people, man. They pick like the black people from the most suburban neighborhoods, Like it's too suburban. And this is me not even clicking the video, but I better not be disappointed, especially with main cuz on the right. If I hear his voice anything, oh my God, bro, I can just picture it in my head. These niggas don't even look like the description of, you mean? We'll see. We will see. Jubilee, don't disappoint me. Please don't disappoint me. All right. Let's see.
I've seen so many black women that say they want thugs. I've seen so many black women that say they want thugs. They want the gangster type. They feel protected. I've seen men give them STDs and they're still banging on his door like, I love you. I'm like, who's really the fool here, you know?
but are thugs the only ones that are giving out STDs? Is that what we're saying? And
Majority.
I have to majority. Oh, you're talking to a public health background right now. Let me tell you.
I prefer to date outside my race. Step forward if you agree with the prompt.
I'm not even gonna comment on what main man said. Thugs is the majority of people giving out STDs. I don't think that, but it depends on what he think is a thug. Four beautiful ladies. Let's see if that mentality change. You mean mentality change how I view these ladies.
I prefer to date outside my race. Step forward if you agree with the prompt.
Realistically, I would definitely want to marry a black man. I know that we've experienced a lot of trauma in our community, and I think that trauma stems back from our colonizers, which have put us against each other, and it makes it difficult for us to come together and be healthy in a relationship, if that makes sense.
For me personally, growing up mixed, just because I did grow up more so with my mom on the white side of my family, just when it came to dating experiences with black men, if anything, they would always tell me, oh, you're really white, or just really racial comments about how I'm mixed that makes me uncomfortable. Like at the end of the day, I'm black. Right. I understand that I grew up predominantly on the white side of my family, but people don't see me on the street and think that's a white woman. Like
Right. They're gonna look at you as a black woman.
Yeah, I'm a black woman.
And you're gonna go through the experiences that a black woman go through.
Yes, versus always bringing up that I have a white mama or I act a certain way because I grew up white. It's just, I'm me. I grew up how I grew up. And so if I am gonna be in a relationship with a black man, I would like him to just not bring that up. But in my experience, that's been a constant conversation topic.
Can the disagreeer step forward now?
My mom, she was adopted by a white family man. She's also half white.
Okay.
And my parents were divorced after a while, and so I spent a lot of time with her, and we did things that were white. Like I was in Boy Scouts, and we camped, and we did all these different things that just weren't quote unquote black. I was reminded that I talked like a white boy all the time. And you know, those sort of things, they can add strain. Is that me saying I wouldn't date a black girl? Of course not. Like, you know, of course I try to. I date anybody, but I just think in practice, you know, for whatever reason, circumstantially, it doesn't always happen all the time.
I grew up in a very white area as well, but I found that when I started dating, even though it was only white girls surrounding me, they didn't understand my identity. So I was just gonna ask, like, did you or have you found that even though you were in those white situations, did you feel understood by the white women you were dating, or misunderstood?
Define understood, I guess. I don't.
Are there things
Fuck you
that
mean
express
define
maybe,
understood,
like,
nigga?
politically or identity-wise that they might be like, I don't really understand that?
I think it's hard for other races to completely understand what it's like being black and that experience. That's not to say that they can't be empathetic and sympathetic and understand and listen to you and learn things. But fundamentally, I just think a black woman is going to have a different perspective.
So I'm from St. Louis. I'm not from California. I'm not from LA. So I'm from a predominantly black area. And so growing up, there was only one white person in my class. And so I've only been exposed to our community. And to both of you all's points, my mom is black, my dad is black, my family is predominantly black. So I've been around the black man my entire life. I have so much respect for the black man to where hearing a prompt say, I prefer to date outside my race, it kind of makes me think now, because I've never been exposed truly to the opposite end in such a depth way, to where I can look at another man from a different race and say, I wouldn't want to date you over a black man when I have had solely my experiences with them, good and bad. So whether I had that bad experience, it doesn't make me say, okay, I don't think I want to date black men anymore. I want to go and date a white man. They're going to treat me better. I feel like as a man, you all should be treated as a species in itself. And you all have very intense ways of thinking, and
I
I
can
feel
go both ways.
yeah, so, true. So I don't think that it has too much to do with race in itself. We have to take a deeper dive into men.
Do you think sometimes that
I think I want people like her. Did I turn my air off? We should turn my air off. That's somebody else's air. Strong as shit. I did turn my air off. I don't know what the air that is. That shit high. That shit high power. We need more motherfuckers like her. Wow. He got white mom, cousin the blue shirt, cuz with the long hair. I don't know where he from. It don't sound like he from America though. Maybe I'm tripping. You mean? But I don't know. I still have no opinion still, but she sounds the most relatable out of everybody so far.
Has to do with race in itself. We have to take a deeper dive into men.
Do you think sometimes that women or black women, since we're talking to black women, can sort of superimpose what they believe a black man should be?
Sure. Sure. Like you said, I have to say sure, but I think it honestly just depends. I think this will totally get off topic if you really want me to dive deeper into it. Truthfully, because I know that as a black woman, you can see there's black men who are excelling. There's black men who treat their women right. There's black men who honor and respect black women. And then you have black men who, although you all didn't step forward, would say, I don't want a black woman. I watched my mom struggle. I don't like black hair. I don't like black women's attitude. I don't like how they speak. I don't like how they don't respect men. I don't
Hair
like
is
the fact
crazy.
that they are not subservient enough for me. Yeah. So I do believe that we're on the totem pole. We want
Is that a
men.
problem?
Which one? I said why.
The black man that doesn't like any of the things that you just mentioned.
It's not a problem. I think it's a preference thing. I think that we've been dating the wrong people. You
agree.
see that this woman is very loud and strong-willed. You know that you don't like that. Don't date her.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Because I come from a similar background with you two. I grew up in Memphis, but I'm from Chicago. And most women down there, you know, and most women in the South generally are masculine,
Really?
a little too
Masculine.
rough,
Masculine
a little
how?
too rough on the guy, you know.
In the South?
Can you
like,
explain like just masculine?
Masculine.
Like,
Didn't
I
even let
just
my
wanna
nigga
know,
finish,
like,
Skate. You let him finish,
specifically kinda
Skate?
what you
Like
You
instead
let him
of
finish,
saying,
Skate?
like nice, high, they're like what's up? What's up, my guy?
Okay. Okay.
It just seemed a little more. It makes sense because it's a little more dangerous. So it's like,
Oh my god, this nigga made 0 sense! No! Oh my god, I feel the secondhand embarrassment through the screen, mud. It ain't looking too good for you. It ain't looking too good. Oh my goodness. It's butchered. Shit. I gotta play through it.
It just seemed a little more, on the prompt, like, I disagreed because I don't date based off race. I date based off who I attract, and I generally attract women outside of black women because of my characteristics, the way I live.
I prefer black women. I attract a lot of black women, but I'm open to dating all types of women. I have even in the past. Okay. But when I do date black women, I definitely date a specific type of black women, not the representation that
he
we
got
have
no
on the
arm.
East Coast, that statue. Are you guys familiar with that by any chance? I find
That
it,
was in New York.
yeah, is it in New York?
I think so, in
Yeah.
Times Square of the
Yeah.
black lady.
I don't date, I mean, everyone knows that black woman. I find it that they can be very, it's almost like they try to be the man in the relationship.
Yeah.
And there can only be one man in the relationship. And you know, when it comes to relationships, the man is always gonna take the path of least resistance. And so, yeah, I usually date black women, but it wouldn't be that particular kind.
I feel that.
When you say that particular kind, because that was just a statue, can you go
Well, but
in-
it's a representation, right? It's
But
even,
it was just like we have an image here,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the image, and you look at it. You don't know this woman. You've never had a conversation with this woman. You don't
see,
know
I would
who
say that I
she
do
is.
know that woman.
From the looks of her,
Yeah, I would say
could
that I
tell
know
that
So
exactly
are
who
we
that
saying
probably doesn't
because
take
let's
care
go
of
into it?
herself.
Are we saying because she's a
Health-wise.
dark-skinned, heavy-set black woman? Is that what you guys getting at? Because that's we only have a visualization
dickhead?
of who
Yeah,
she
that's
is.
the representation.
Okay.
Oh
That's what
shit.
I'm saying. Like,
Okay.
I wouldn't date that particular kind of woman. And, you
Gotcha.
know,
Stereotypes
and then when you
come into
start
play.
talking
Okay.
about weight and stuff in the black community, it can
Yeah.
be really sensitive for the women, but that does play into attraction.
That needs to be a conversation that we need to have, though.
We always have it, and they don't want to hear it.
Exactly.
like Lizzo, body positivity.
Right.
I mean, she's
Try telling a black woman about her
Accountability is what I noticed.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. Accountability, major accountability.
Yeah.
You said you date people that you attract. I think that's really important that he said that. Because at the end of the day, like we can talk about who our preferences are, whatever. You can only date who wants to date you at the end of the day. Which is why I asked the question about superimposing what you think a black man should be onto a black person. I feel like a lot of the qualities I bring to the table, other races seem to appreciate and value a little bit more.
What qualities
Yeah.
are they?
Yeah, what quality?
Okay, so I've heard a bunch of times growing up, like, oh, like I want like a thug, for instance, and I understand like that's
That's major in the South.
stereotypical.
That's major. in
It is
do hear
major.
that,
It's in
though.
California now.
That's
I mean,
major,
like
yeah. You
do hear
it's
that.
like I guess I kind of understand what some of the appeal of that might be, I suppose. But at the same time, like if we're trying to like build a healthy community, why are we prioritizing that?
That bores
For
a lot.
some
Of,
people.
that bores a lot of women in the black community.
But that's my
when
point.
you start
like,
talking
yeah.
about positive things and stuff like that, they want somebody that's going to be destructive generally.
I disagree.
Degenerate.
I don't disagree at all.
I
I've seen
disagree.
so many black women that say they want thugs, they want the gangster type, they feel protected. So much so
You
to the
gotta
point
have
to
a
where-
gun.
Yeah, like the emotional highs and lows is like sex in and of itself to her. I've seen women like this where I've seen
I'm not
men
gonna lie,
give them
he talking.
STDs and they're still banging on his door like I love you. I'm like, who's really the fool here, you know?
But are
So-
thugs the only ones that are giving out STDs? Is that what we're saying? And
Majority.
I have to majority.
Majority.
Oh, you're talking to a public health background right now. Let me
bad,
let
my
me
bad.
tell you. It is not thugs. There is no line that says I am a thug. There are white men, black men, Puerto Rican men, Hispanic, and in general, there's no percentage that says only thugs are giving the most STDs out. I'll tell you one thing,
she's
black
spitting.
women, heterosexual black women are the most high at risk for HIV right now, and it's not just from black men. It's from all men. That's
shit.
why I wanted to really dive deep into that. And then you're speaking of a
she's speaking.
education
Mostly.
plays a major role in that, because if you're an educated woman, I'm an educated black woman from the trenches. Have you all heard that term? The
We
trenches.
wouldn't be talking to you then.
I-
You
no,
wouldn't-
no, no,
you wouldn't
no.
be the archetype.
No,
but
of
there is a
course.
large majority of black women.
Like,
that
where are
would-
the studies
yes.
coming from?
Where are the studies coming
Yeah.
from? The numbers. The CDC, WHO,
Like specific
Local-
city, state?
nationally.
Okay.
Nationally.
Can I just say something? I think we also need to look at what you said earlier, our environment. Why are we being quote unquote hostile? Why do we have these masculine features? It's because we're put into these situations where we have to be a certain way or evoke certain characteristics. And although like certain things are portrayed online heavily, you know, like, oh, black women want to be like Sexy Red, black women want to be sexualized. So kind of something that we should all look at is taking assumptions out of the window, because there are a lot of assumptions being brought up. So like, who are you talking to right now? You're not talking to a heavy representation. Obviously, you're speaking with people who are heavily educated right now. So kind of consider that and notice that, you know, you're not always gonna find a black woman that is ghetto. You could also find a very smart black woman. You know, you're not always gonna find a smart white girl. You could find a very ghetto white girl. And stereotypes are very important in conversations like this because we need
The ghetto white girls be crazy.
throw them out the window.
Black men are intimidated.
She was speaking just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie though. If you one of them shorties that like post pics on the gram in your bikini, you mean? Not if it's like in a slideshow. You mean? If you one of them shorties that just post pics in the gram, sitting on a sink, arched over, bikini vibes, you can't say you don't want to be sexualized though. I think that's what she said. Something about sexualization or something like that. I think that's what she said. Oh, about the Sexy Red, John. You can't say you're not one of them shorties, though. I mean, I'm just saying, those type of pics that indicate that you one of them, it may not be what you want here, but nigga, if you putting that shit out the public, you put that shit out to the public, then that's what you want them to see, and they gonna have that representation of you, and you caught. So it's just like, you got to affirm it. That's just what it is.
By successful black women.
No, this is insane. Oh, hell no. This nigga a trainer, nigga. You a trainer, nigga? Oh, my God. This nigga, man.
I will say, like, sometimes, I'm not gonna say all black men are, but I know I've heard from plenty of my friends and plenty of older women that I know who are kind of successful, and they're like, yeah, it's really hard to date because men will be like, oh, you make more money than me or something.
You guys like to say that we shouldn't compare, as women, we shouldn't compare ourselves to men because we'll never be the same as you guys. But you guys do that with us. Compare yourselves to us. Like, I don't make as much as her, or I don't have all the degrees that she has.
I don't know if it's the same kind of comparison we're talking about, right? So I think a lot of the time when people are saying women shouldn't compare themselves to men, is women shouldn't try to be men versus men comparing themselves to women. It's more like, am I fulfilling that traditional masculine role that's kind of expected? Now, we can have the conversation as to whether or not that's still apt for our time or not, whether that's still relevant. I would say it is, just because it seems like people seem to appreciate, at least from my perspective, women seem to appreciate men who make more than them still.
Intimidation is a form of insecurity. So that stems from lack of communication and not dating someone on your level. Not you specifically, but you know, if the person isn't dating someone on their level, there needs to be that communication, because obviously that person is with you for other reasons.
I don't want to make the broad statement that it's all black men, because it's not. It's specifically black men that, for whatever reason, in their own life, they're not happy with where they are at. They have some sort of insecurity. Maybe it's career insecurity, financial insecurity. So if they're with that archetypal strong black woman, in my experience, instead of being like, oh, like, that's awesome, you have a degree in this, you got this job, you did this, they're like, okay, big mama, you got money? You got money, big mama? I'm like, what the hell?
That could be a compliment,
or like,
though.
I've even had experiences where they were like basically slut shaming me, talking down to me because I got a better job, or I lost weight and people started noticing that, so now I was a whore. But in my experience,
I think, first of all right, we ain't gonna speak about nobody else's experience. That shit just sound crazy to me. But I'm one of them niggas though. Like, I'd be like, if a shorty, let's say I'm coming at a shorty, right? And she like, oh yeah, I got a degree in this, I got a degree in this, I get money like this, I make this much a year. I'm like, damn, you big ballin'. But that's not me being intimidated though. That's just like, damn, like, that's me acknowledging your success. Like, damn, like, yo, you having shit, you snapping, you doing good. But why I gotta be, okay, I see. I think it's a miscommunication and a misinterpretation. You mean? Or it could be different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It could be different for everybody. I'm not gonna lie. It just feel like, I don't know. I feel like if somebody say that, I think you should take it as a compliment, unless they're giving off hostile, insecure vibes. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how to give off hostile, insecure vibes. I'm not that type of bull, so I can't even comment on that. But I'm just saying that could mostly be like a compliment. You mean? I don't know.
If I've been with a black man who he is successful, he has a job that he likes, he's pursuing his hobbies, he has X, Y, and Z, comments like that are never made because he's not
supporting you.
Yeah, he's not internalizing your success as his failure.
Yeah.
Met that across all men. They just feel intimidated when you are successful. And in my experience too, I do tend to be more of a dominant black woman, and I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's totally okay, but it does scare some men.
Does it make you feel like you shouldn't lead with, because I used to be the type of person, I would lead with like all my accomplishments or my businesses. I would lead with that thinking that, oh, he might like me even more because this is what I do, or, you know? So now it's just like, I don't like to share anything when I'm dating. Like, I don't do anything, I just sit at home.
What I've had to learn is, because I used to diminish myself a lot, when at the end of the day, I want something that's real. I want someone who's gonna love me for me and all that encompasses that. So I'm gonna be unapologetically 100% me. I'm loud, I talk my shit, I speak my mind, and if you don't like that, then you're not for me.
I think that this specific prompt goes back to the original prompt. Men who prefer to date women outside of their race, I believe that it's not really a race thing, it's a class thing. And I honestly believe that if I'm a black woman and you already view me as a stereotypical black woman, loud, disrespectful, I don't respect black men, if you view me as that way, on top of me being successful. See, I don't have to be more successful than you. Sometimes men, specifically black men, believe that you don't need to have so much confidence in yourself. I feel like you are competing with me.
Yes.
My success
does
not revolve around your success. We should want to be successful together, which leads back to that specific detail about creating a healthy relationship, a healthy black successful relationship. And I believe that black men view women who are very confident. I'm very confident in myself. I don't disrespect you. I respect you so much, but I respect myself more. And I think that men have a hard time toting that line of keeping my masculinity and upraising your femininity.
I think there's
Keeping my masculinity and I think
Shorty right here rolling her eyes, gang. She throwing me off. I don't like that. That demeanor throwing me off. You mean? But I think her name Jada. Yeah, somebody got cuff her now. If she ain't married, somebody got wipe her up now. I ain't gonna lie. She's cooking. W knowledge. Love what she's speaking about. You mean? My success don't equal your success. Yes, your success is your success. My success is my success. We're supposed to bring our success together. That's how we become a team. You mean? She's speaking. I like her. Shorty right here, she rubbed me the wrong way. 1992. I forget her name. She rubbed me the wrong way. Just a little bit. Just a teens. But Shorty right here, demeanor with the glasses. I feel like she a little hostile. I ain't gonna lie.
I think that men have a hard time toting that line of keeping my masculinity and upraising your femininity.
I think there's definitely some validity in that. I think however people decide to arrange like their marriage and their relationships, I think it's totally up to them. Like whatever roles you choose, that's up to you. If that works, if it's healthy, you should do that. I wanted to unpack the on your level thing that you said. So what does that mean? On your level,
whether that's financially, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, anything, or all of the above. Someone who you feel you resonate well with, no insecurities. You know, I feel like, I don't know, did that answer your question?
Yeah, I guess for the purpose of this conversation, I want y'all's opinions on this. Do you think black women generally would date or marry a man who wasn't financially or had no prospects of being financially, socioeconomically on their level?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
See it every day.
Literally.
Every single day.
I wonder why the perception isn't that then. Like I wonder where that comes from then. Like the majority, and I'm sure maybe someone will agree with me when they walk over here. Because necessarily you're not going. I mean, black women are most educated right now. Like necessarily you are not going to probably find a black man who is on your level. Like it's just the numbers are not there.
Right.
So a lot of black men might feel like, okay, you might just be settling because we're here now, but would you be dating me if it weren't somebody else?
You know, I think that's actually really interesting that you mentioned that because it's something that is socially imposed. And I think a lot of men, not just black men, but men in general, seek social validation from their peers. And so when other men look at each other, they're like, okay, well, what are you doing for work? Are you making more money than me? You know, obviously they're more competitive with each other, and then obviously that brings competitiveness within the relationship, which is something that shouldn't be the case, but it is in a lot of situations.
The only reason I disagreed with the prompt is just
I'm not gonna lie. Being competitive with the girls, it's a friendly competition. I don't think you should like being competitive with the shorty though. My personal opinion, any nigga that's competitive with they shorty, my nigga, you might be a tad bit of gay. You might be a tad bit of gay, mud. I'm not gonna lie to you. Feel me? At the end of the day, bro, life is such a roller coaster, mud. Like, you don't even know. Like, you could be with a shorty, and you could at one point in time you could be making more money than you mean, or you could find a shorty that make more money than you from the rent. Why do it matter? Life is so crazy right now. I feel like money should not be it should not be the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? Shit could change drastically. You feel me? She could be making more money than you now. Whatever you working on could pop off. Bow. Now you making more money than her. Now you able to be the man that you want to be. You mean? But I think the problem is for real. Niggas match money with damn, what's the word? Damn, I was cooking. Let me cook. Damn. Money with personality. I know. Money with I'm cooking. It's still brewing. Let me hold my thought.
just because I agree with everything you guys are saying, but personally, because my mum, who
I found it. That easy. Niggas match money with worth. You mean? A lot of people think because they ain't got a whole bunch of money, they not worth shit. They feel insecure, you know what I'm saying? But then when they get that money on, now they feel like they're on top of the world. It shouldn't be like that. I mean, I feel like this is why we even having a conversation in the first place, man. If you was insecure, if you was secure about yourself, I don't think that money wouldn't even be a fucking issue. It'd just be like, I'm saying whatever. I don't know.
Black, she was always very successful, so I've never felt intimidated by success. But I agree with what you were saying, that I think that in my experience, if you aren't perceived to be on the financial level of a woman, then she'll just look past you straight away. I'm a musician, so we know that we're not going to be financially successful until it hits. So I'm always more see my potential. But I think there are a lot of people who don't acknowledge potential. They're just you need money now, and that's all I'm going for.
That's me. I don't see potential.
I agree. I'm 26.
Appreciate the honesty.
There's only so much potential that honestly, when I first see you and you are not economically.
I'm cooked, man. I'm cooked. Damn, I fought with the honesty. But niggas, take a good look at Shorty.
Money now.
Yeah, that's.
Take a good look at Shorty. This not the woman you want in your life, man. Think about that. She don't see potential in you, right? Anything you do in their life. Does this Shorty listen to Beyonce? Does she listen to Jay-Z? Does she listen to whoever? You mean Alicia Keys, J. Cole, whatever the case may be? She see potential in their music. She anticipate the next drop. And now it's you. She don't believe in you. It's crazy. You mean? Now, I think if I'm being 100% honest, she should be avoided. She should be avoided at all costs. What type of shorty are you? If you don't, even if you're not really seeing it, are you going to support it, gang? You mean? Because if you fuck with me, you got to support me. Because most likely, if I got you with me on this journey, I'm not just doing this shit for me. I'm doing this shit for us, man. So if you is you gonna support me or what? I don't know. I just think that she not wifey material because of that. That should really matter on all aspects. You're not gonna support your spouse. She don't see the potential. That's crazy. That's a dagger.
Yeah, I'm 26.
Appreciate the honesty.
There's so much potential that honestly, when I first see you and you are not economically secure, I'm not looking at you. I don't have intentions on being the breadwinner. But that being a breadwinner and being successful are two different things to me.
Can we have the disagree a step forward? We'd love to hear
Welcome.
from
Yeah,
the
so I
disagreeers
strongly
first.
disagree. No man is intimidated by any woman because of her credentials. That's not the case. It's usually the character and traits that come with that. They usually have extremely high egos, and you can't tell them anything. And they usually come off extremely masculine. Like what you said. You said you can be masculine, and it might be too much for men. It's an attraction thing. Men are not attracted to masculine traits in women. That's what it is.
I don't think that's necessarily true because someone who, for example, I've known men who were intimidated and jealous because I had a college degree and they did not. It's not just the trait that came with that. It was I have a diploma, they did not. It's not just my quote unquote masculine traits that was a turnoff.
I would say that might be unique to him, but generally,
Might say
it's
that's
traits
like
that
what the
come
fuck.
with it. It's not the degree, it's the traits. This idea of dating down and dating on your level stems from women. When men have money, they don't view it as dating down when they're with their women. You guys say that, not men.
Facts.
The man has money and he's taking care of a woman. There's no point that he thinks he's dating down. He's just taking care of his woman.
I think it's dangerous for a woman to date down because we see it all the time. Men.
You guys all said that you would, though. You guys all said that you would date someone that made less than you, and then you said that you didn't.
I didn't respond because
We
that's
agreed
not
that there are
true.
women.
I never.
I thought they said, then they
I
all
never-
switched.
Sworn one of
We
y'all.
didn't
I
see
thought
that.
that's what y'all
said.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't see potential. I don't see potential.
Potential's not guaranteed.
Yeah, I appreciate economic security. That's all I want. If
Oh, we
you are
know that,
secure as
yeah.
a man,
What if you're in a field where like you're still studying, or it's something that you know that the payoff isn't immediate?
I wouldn't view that as potential, though. I mean, okay, you can, but honestly, if someone says, I'm going to school for psychology, when you graduate, if you want to become a psychologist, I know that you have to go and get a master's degree. 9 times out of 10, you have to go and get a doctorate degree to become a big breadwinner, okay? I know that eventually you're leaving from that field of study and you are in the works of going and becoming economically secure. See, that's not potential to me. You are a musician, yes? And so you make money.
Yeah.
If you take on one extra person and they lose their job, do you think that you'll be able to carry you all's household?
Soon.
Soon. Okay, so myself listening to you, as I stated, if I talk to you as a friend, because that's how dating starts, I'm listening to you, and if you have enough charisma, I'll look at you and I'll say, okay, this is a man who I think will eventually become economically secure for us. See, I want to date someone who is economically secure for himself first. So that's what I'm thinking about
I'll
potential.
be honest, I don't believe any of this.
You don't
I think
believe
it
any
just
of
comes
this?
straight to just superficial stuff.
Superficial.
I mean, we live in a superficial society. Women only want the men with money.
Yeah. As they should.
Oh, thank you.
But isn't, I just,
Oh my God! No! I'm speechless, gang. Yo, she honest. We gotta respect the honesty. But at the end of the day, you know what? Let's take and consider her age. She probably like 50, boy. She probably like 50, gang. You mean? She ain't really got much time to be playing around with niggas. I need my shit now before I'm dating going. Fuck it. Let's just assume she fucking old. I'm not gonna lie. The way she's speaking is so crazy. So she might meet the man of her fucking dreams. She might meet the man of her dreams. See, now I hate her. I'm not even gonna lie. See, now I hate her, gang. She might meet the man of her dreams, bro. But because the nigga don't make $200,000 a year, nah, fuck all that. Don't need him. But this nigga right here, that's just I can get by with him. I guess I'll settle for him. I'ma use him though. You don't really like him. Oh my god. This shorty getting me tea, bro.
And with money.
Yeah, as they should.
Well, thank you.
But let's
Just cut the BS. It's about money.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry,
That
sorry.
should be that should be the number
Yeah.
one thing when you're dating. That should be the first thing that
Why?
you. One of the
Materialism should
things.
be the number one
It's
thing.
not. It's not just
materialism.
materialism. It's
Yeah,
that
but
I,
it is materialism.
as
There's so many
a woman,
assholes with
It is
money.
as a woman, we
That's
need
what
to
I'm saying.
know.
It's not just about money,
I
but I
think
do
it is.
agree
It
it's
is
not.
just about money.
It's not.
There's just a lot of
Money
BS.
should be the number one thing that one of the top things that a woman should look at when she's dating.
It is the main
Look,
topic.
I-
It is.
Saying,
It should be.
Are you saying one of or
What the
most
fuck?
important?
The most important, yes.
I
What the
partially
fuck?
disagree because
Give me some money, nigga. Give me some money, and I find shorty. I'll be cooking the shit out of her, and then after I cook her, I give her 100 bands to get her eye fix. Come back with that eye fix, I make you another 100 bands to fuck it up again, and I'ma just keep on cooking you. I'ma just keep on cooking you. I don't even understand what you mean. How is it the most important shit? If I make $1 million a year, gang, if I make $1 million a fucking year, and you my shorty, and I'm beating your ass every night, you finna stay because I make $1 million a year? Yo. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness, gang. I gotta see people go against this shit. If I don't see people go against this shit, gang, I'll be disappointed in my own motherfucking race. I'll be disappointed in my own culture, gang. She just said money is the most important shit. No, you didn't. I can't, bro.
You saying one of or the most important?
The most important, yes.
I partially disagree because I think there are kind of like we mentioned earlier, there are preferences. If you find someone that is interested in a certain characteristic that you have, perfect, great for you. And so we have these assumptions that, oh, all women are superficial. That is not the case. Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Okay, well,
Yes,
that is.
they are.
That's what the numbers
Maybe
I don't
what
care
you
about words. I
encounter.
care about actions. The actions say that women are superficial.
Maybe what you encounter, that may possibly be
I
the
think
case.
there will be a lot of men that agree
However,
with me.
can you let me finish?
Yes.
Let her finish, let
Okay.
her finish, Ma. Let her finish,
Historically,
Ma.
if we look at the role of a man and we look at the role of a woman, that is what is proposed societally to us. And maybe it
Let me let her speak before I start violating. Let me let her speak.
comes down to security. That is a very,
Yes.
very important thing
Yes.
within a relationship, within a community, within a society. Security is important. At the end of the day, you need money to put food on the table. Whether you're by yourself, whether you're in a relationship, whether you
Right.
have kids, right? Is that a concern?
My thing is, if you're dating someone strictly for money, I don't want to hear you getting angry about him sleeping around or him doing whatever.
The
If
men
you
with
married
no
him-
money do the
Cheap.
same thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's a species topic we're talking about. That's
The men with no money
then we
have less
say-
options to do that.
and more time.
My point, what I'm saying is
But
like,
do the men with no money really have the option
What is it,
to
man?
sleep around with a lot of women?
Yes,
Yes, we
they
see it all the
do,
time.
because it's a lot of women who have less money than
Oh my god, I can't, bro. This shit actually get me tea, man. Oh my god, this is the most embarrassing middle ground I've ever watched, gang. This shit actually is horrid. It's very, very much horrid. What am I watching? You mean she just brought up historical duties to men and women? You can't bring up historical duties to men and women if you're not willing to partake in the historical duties of a fucking woman. What? If I'm a man, let's say I'm taking on historical duties, and I'm the breadwinner. Historical duties is you cannot work. You must stay home. You must stay home, take care of son, or daughter. You mean you must stay home and take care of our kid. If we don't have a kid, find a hobby at home. Why are you going outside? Why are you stepping outside to work? You mean you better not be showing your body on social media. You better not be showing your body on social media. Men cannot have that much access to you. You feel me? If we talking about historical things, you better not ask me about posting you on social media, because historically, social media wasn't even a thing. You mean? So it's like, you cook clean. If I'm working all day, I need breakfast, lunch, and dinner perfectly fucking made. I need my turkey sandwich with 2 slices of cheese, mayonnaise on both bread, cut diagonally. You mean? I need an orange juice with the bendy straw, so I don't gotta I don't gotta pick out my cup, do nothing all crazy. That shit to be fully accessible. You mean? Breakfast, French toast every day. You mean? Scrambled eggs, cheese, Cooper Sharp. Bacon, no harami mommy bacon. Only turkey bacon. You mean? Every day. Dinner, protein, gotta be at least 50 grams. You mean? I need rice, I need chicken, and I need some sauteed broccoli. You mean? And you just switch that shit up. Whatever I buy, you cook. If we talking about historical values, gang. Yes, if we talking about historical values. Now, I don't know. Maybe I'm fried. But you can't be one-sided with historical. Cause, yeah.
Money. And if you are a man who has no money, but you're with a woman who has money, you have money. Because that's how women are.
That also goes back into that.
Not all. Some women are really good. You mean? And it's only with this society though. At the end of the day, it's tough to be the breadwinner in 2025, my nigga. We know what it's looking like. So if you got a shorty that's like, you mean you one of the good ones, but more than likely, if like a shorty ain't just nah.
Validation with you guys saying that's a bad man if he doesn't have X, Y, Z. Then you also need to look at, why does a man need to be emasculated for not being where he wants to be?
And if you're a wealthy man and you want other women, get into a polygamous relationship. You do not have to cheat.
Well, it's kind of like common sense.
It's not simple though.
Men at the top 10% that most women want are generally like that and have options, and they're not going to settle for just one woman.
So why portray as if you want one woman?
I don't think they portray. Who said they
think
portray
they do.
as they want one
It's
woman?
not a secret.
Most men go to that level just so they can get the amount of women.
It's a complete double standard, but I think it is the reality that I think men want the idea of this woman is only having sex with me because men.
Territorial.
Yeah,
Dominant.
exactly. Yeah, again, this is a double standard, not excusing this, but you know, the amount of men who are obsessed with a woman being a virgin, but also wanting them to be this like sexual dominatrix as well, complete idiocy. But yeah, I think unfortunately, men would rather know that their women are only sleeping with them, but then they are happy to give it out wherever.
I disagree.
I'm about to say, low key, the niggas that want an experienced version are just addicted to corn, gang. How did that even sound? Yeah, I want my shorty to have no bodies, but she better stand on that. She better get on that handstand and go 3,000. Nigga, what, nigga? You mean you got a seasoned veteran, or you got an amateur rookie? You mean an amateur and a rookie is the same thing, right? The amateur is like somebody that's just, I gotta make sure my point valid. But man, you got a seasoned veteran down to the bone, or a straight up rookie. You mean I don't know if Bro opinion was valid. I didn't really understand what he was saying. But let's move though.
With them, but then they are happy to give it out wherever.
I disagree. I think men just want, obviously they want their women to only be sexual with them, not with other men. And I don't think that's stupid or idiotic in any way.
Well, I just think it's a double standard, because if we expect ourselves to be able to put it out anywhere, then I think it would be fair
There's a
It
reason
depends
why.
the person, depends the kind of guy you're talking about.
There's a reason why
Same about
women can
women.
get pregnant by one man every 9 months, but a man can get multiple women pregnant.
Oh,
all
of
at
course,
once.
yeah. Evolution-wise, yeah, we want to throw it everywhere we can, but I think for modern relationships, that doesn't necessarily work.
I just wonder, do most women want to sleep with multiple people the way most men want to sleep with multiple people? I think,
Now
do they want the
why do
same?
you, why do
I
you
would say
feel the need
yes.
to want?
They do it.
I just think that men, a lot of
They
guys,
cut my man right
intrinsically,
off.
when they have more options, they want to exercise them. Versus, I think a lot of women, a lot of time, when they're committed to one person, would rather just be with that one person.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in months.
Fuck what they talking about. How the fuck you know I'm in Philadelphia? How you know I'm in Philadelphia, man?
Have ruined modern. OnlyFans and hookup culture have ruined modern dating.
Okay.
I would say that it has really completely destroyed dating relationships. It's really sad, but it has definitely watered down a lot of things too. I'm seeing that, women are they're waiting to turn 18 and then hopping on OnlyFans.
That's
which is,
true.
that's really just a reflection of how the culture is.
That's true.
I think it shows a really bad reflection on how the culture is, and it's really sad in my personal opinion. I think it's disgusting.
My last long-term relationship, which is also why I've been single as long as I have been, he was subscribing to OnlyFans girls, because porn's one thing. It's like, I see it as, it's a scenario based.
I'm glad she said that, man. I feel like I've been waiting to speak on this shit forever, nigga. I feel like I've been waiting to speak on this shit forever. Nigga, I'll tell you something, gang. If you a man, yo, let me tell you something, bud. If you a man, bro, and I would never condone watching P-Hub, feel me? I'll never condone that shit. I never condone any type of website you niggas gotta go on. I never agree to that shit. I'm just a nigga that's about to comment on the situation. But if you a nigga, oh my God, if you a nigga that buy OnlyFans, mud, jump off a fucking bridge, man. No bullshit. If you're a nigga that buy OnlyFans, bro, you're not only you're a weirdo, but you're a loser, bro. You're a loser. Like, my nigga, it's all these free websites. You choose to buy a specific OnlyFans model shit. That's actually very, very much weird. My nigga, there's all these websites out here. Like I said, I'm never gonna promote a nigga to watch some porn. I'm never gonna do that shit. I'm never gonna promote a nigga to watch P-Hub. My nigga, you buying it when it's free? You niggas is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Any nigga buying on OnlyFans at the ripe year 2025, nigga, if you buy that shit anyway, my nigga, you know how nasty and dirty you are, nigga. You fucking disgusted, man. You dirty. You mean? You're dirty. I ain't even gonna lie. That shit rubbed me the wrong way. How niggas actually pull out their debit card and had that shit all on they monthly statements and they transactions. You niggas must get e-statements. You gotta delete the email. You don't get paper statements because you gotta be fucked up. If I'm looking at my transactions and that shit say OnlyFans, goddamn, Aya Star or whoever you mean. That shit actually crazy. You niggas is dirty and y'all need to be locked up and y'all need to go to jail for life and then death penalty. That shit's actually nasty. Niggas buying OnlyFans and shit like that. You niggas dirty and y'all disgusting. I'm not gonna hold you. And there's so much money you could be putting that money anywhere else, my nigga. You put it to some booty you see across the screen. That's crazy. Ain't even lie.
It's general. You're not looking up a specific girl versus you're following a specific girl while you're in a relationship as well. Paying for it. Logging into her live cams like this, it's like, that's a whole thing. And it's not counted as cheating in a lot of men's eyes because you're not physically touching anybody. But you might as well be. It's a fantasy. Unfortunately, one of the first things I do when I go on a first date, I am gonna look at who you're following because on Instagram, it's public. If I see a guy is following all these like big booty Latina, ass. We got a problem.
The big
Shut
booty
it down.
Latinas, that's crazy.
Have this much access to these sexual women in general. In a relationship, it's really hard when you have so much access, easy access to link and meet up with the people who do OnlyFans, who are on Instagram showing ass. And I do want to kind of side with men on this. I don't have a problem with men liking other women's pictures and following women on Instagram solely. I'm in a relationship. Finding that common ground is important, but I just feel like, no, I'm not gonna make you unfollow all these women from social media, because you have to be strong whether you see them in person or you see them on the streets.
Do you guys think
I fuck with Shorty. Thank you for siding with the men on this one, but I'm gonna keep it a bean. A nigga following, if you follow mad shorties and you liking shorties pictures, mad pictures of bikini, it's different if you like gym content. Like, all right, man, you see a shorty lifting weights, okay, she snapped, but she lifting heavy shit. Like, you mean, you see her do a transformation, she was fat or she was skinny and now she fit. Like, all right, cool, that's different. If you liking shorty pics, if they're on the PJ in the bikini, arching back, showing ass, and you follow, like you said, all these big booty Latinas, I'm not gonna hold you. As a man, that's a nigga you gotta question, bro. You mean, if you not following these people based off of like, yo, I just seen her in person, she another, like, it's like, it's different scenarios. If you create content and you follow somebody else that create content and you just met them and you follow them on some cadet type shit, all right, that's different. If you know this person personally and you follow them and they just happen to post that type of content, but you know them, that's different type shit. But if you don't know this motherfucker and you following them and they have no it's no reason for it. It's no reason why you following them. It's just, I don't know. I just followed them for a long time. My nigga, what? Why are you following them for mad long like that? I don't know. That's just me. I only follow motherfuckers that I know it's motivational, beneficial, or network. You mean network purposes? I'm not following nobody. I just see they motherfucking ass game. But like I said, that's just me. Could be different for everybody. Shit.
Media, because you have to be strong whether you see them in person or you see them on the streets.
Do you guys think you could date someone who has, for you guys as well, do you think you could date someone who has OnlyFans and like is successful?
Fuck no,
It
nigga.
depends.
I don't know. Okay, let's start off with they just post pictures. They don't have sex with anyone.
What kind of
No.
picture?
Naked pictures.
No.
What about feet pictures?
Okay, feet pictures. That's cool.
If you're posting some foot pictures, whatever, man, go get it.
Because we're talking about OnlyFans from the
No.
subscriber perspective. I always wonder, what if you met someone who you're like, she's really cool, great personality, very attractive, but her job is OnlyFans.
You'd be setting yourself up for failure.
That's what I'm saying.
Why do you think so?
Look at her character. You don't think she's gonna not cheat on you?
I don't know.
I don't think
$1 million
being on-
I don't think she gonna cheat.
I don't
Major red
I
flag.
got you a Rolls Royce.
Major red flag.
Not necessarily. It doesn't necessarily mean, though, if you're an OnlyFans creator, that you would cheat. And it depends. It's all circumstantial, and it's like, it depends. If
will
she's
cheat.
sleeping with other people, I'm still talking. If she's sleeping with other people, I mean, yeah, then she's sleeping with other people on camera. But most of the OnlyFans creators that I've heard about, all their content is by themselves. So I don't think it directly means being an OnlyFans creator would mean you're gonna cheat.
In the sense of someone who's posting pictures, she may not have just had someone in her life to tell her, like, hey, you should want to keep that for yourself.
Would she
and
listen? Would she listen to that?
Will she listen? I mean, I grew up hearing that. I'm not on OnlyFans. And we're speaking about me, but I'm just saying in general, some women who are in the sex culture, who are in pornography, there's the disconnect between self and
I know a
sexuality.
lot of women in that culture.
Do you think that feminism played a role in any of this?
I mean, the liberation of like
Women.
free choice, do what you want.
Get
you
back
shouldn't
at
face
men.
repercussion. I mean, I wouldn't say get back at men per se, but I think it's.
But that's
something
dangerous to
to
say that's what feminism
not
is
about
about,
men.
and where it stems
Pretty
from.
much is today. It's pretty much they just want to be able to do whatever they want and have no consequences to their actions.
I think that's an umbrella.
Yeah, I feel like you cite a lot of things too that don't really have backing as well, and you make a lot of broad statements.
They're true though.
I think feminism maybe played a part in it, but I don't think
Yo,
it's
he
the
fed up, yo.
reason why women are on OnlyFans.
I agree.
Right?
I think it's
I think it
capitalism
plays
more
I think
than
it plays a big
feminism.
role.
It's
No, it does. It
Okay,
does. I mean,
Women
this.
wanting independence, OnlyFans being the
Yeah, and
easy
it-
way
No,
out.
no, I agree. It's this whole idea that
10K
like
a month? Tell me
again,
you're
sexual revolution, capitalism. It's the fastest way to make money. Basically, prostitution is the
Right.
oldest profession. I think
Yeah, I was just
when-
about to solely because you brought up prostitution, but before now, women weren't allowed to have bank accounts. If you did not have a husband or a man taking care of you, what were you left with? I don't think that it's because of feminism.
Yeah.
We have to be very careful with how how we're speaking about that term, although I know that there's a lot of controversial things about feminism, but I don't believe that OnlyFans is a result of feminism.
Yeah, I wasn't saying as a result. I
Definitely
was saying
stems
like it
from
plays
that,
a
I think.
majority.
Yeah,
of-
it definitely
But
stems
if
from
prostitution
role.
is the oldest job in the world, then it predates,
It predates feminism.
So I would say, to your point, it is because social media has become such a way to earn money quickly that then prostitution has just
a logical-
evolved.
I would say that's
logical
all of that.
conclusion.
I would say
Yeah.
it's a combination of all of that, not just one or the other, but both.
Prostitution, I think before it was still kind of taboo. I don't know if OnlyFans is as taboo as like a traditional prostitute. When COVID started, I think like the amount of girls I knew who were just regular girls, like, oh, join my OnlyFans.
Hard times may leave you on the street.
Teachers, everything.
Survival mode.
Yeah, survive. You know, honestly, it's just honestly, it was very dangerous to be a prostitute during COVID, and so all right, we're gonna try to do something that's.
Wait, so to get out of survival mode, shouldn't we be finding ways to get together so there's two incomes and not one?
But you just said you wouldn't want to be with a woman that.
So maybe,
Is in survival mode,
maybe like, you know, don't join OnlyFans, but find someone to, you
Lower,
know, like,
lower your standards, like
find someone
they're
to
not
get
going
with.
to lower their standards.
like
They shouldn't have.
I'm about to say nobody will
You don't
lower their
have to.
standards.
No, you
though.
don't.
I mean, I wasn't talking about standards. I was just saying like perception's reality. And then when you see a bunch of people that just kind of see just a girl down the street starting an OnlyFans and it probably doesn't go anywhere, but now like you've made this life decision and now everyone saw that, just makes you wonder where we are as a society.
Everything now is just oversharing.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
this culture. So I think again, it's just like a natural, like, you know, people share every single sexual story. People
Yeah.
share every single like whatever thing. So I think people are like, well, I'll just share my body because that's the same as a story.
But do you
Alright.
guys feel like men play a role in women getting online and showing their body off?
yes.
Yeah, there's a market
Yes.
for it.
100%.
We play a role in what you do with your bodies?
You buy it.
We should take accountability for the fact that there are lonely men that are.
I'm not gonna lie, you mean Hashling and Slasher got cooked a little. You mean Hashling and Slasher, he got slashed, gang. You mean that nigga got cooked? Yeah. And men, as men, we can be some nut ass niggas. Niggas who buy OnlyFans, that's a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Creating a market for this. Like we can't complain about something that exists if there is a market for it. That said though, I don't think we should take accountability for the fact that the men are lonely.
I have felt more judged by black people than any other race.
I can say I felt more judged by black
was
people
quick.
because I grew up inner city, then I moved from the inner city to the suburbs. And so when I would come around like my black family or black friends from the inner city, they would be like, oh, you talk white, or oh, you act white, or if I say I want to go swimming today, oh, black people don't go swimming. You know, they would like make comments that would just make me feel like super like, damn, like judged.
I experienced that a lot when I first moved to Memphis from Chicago at 5. Throughout all my life, I was always the different kid. In school, they would say you talk white, and it still continues. Like people see me, my friends back home in Memphis, they see me surfing and stuff. They see me doing things that you don't usually see black people doing, and they say you trying to be white when really I'm just trying to explore life.
Right, because I'm like,
That's
what
facts.
does it even mean to be like, oh, you talk white?
Speaking like a normal, articulate person.
Exactly.
I think it comes from the stereotype that black people are uneducated. So when you sound articulate, you sound educated, they're like, damn, because I get that all the time. I went to a white private school, half of middle school, high school, all of college. It sucked to be in predominantly white communities where even the black people were saying the same thing as the white people to you.
It takes a real toll on you
Yeah.
because when people were telling me that, like saying you talk white, I would try to change the way I talk and try to fit in. And I was speaking ghetto, that Memphis accent. You hear me? You're like I would talk like.
And that's not normally how you talk.
not
And
right.
luckily, I got rid of it and went back to speaking
To
the
who you
way
are.
I really was.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's like
Let's say I was uneducated and I said, bro, and I was one of the people that said somebody speak white. That nigga ain't even close. You mean? He don't even sound close to speaking white. So whoever telling him that, them niggas got to be from the deep down gutter. They got to be from rock bottom. Them niggas got to be like this. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know where you from in the trenches, my nigga. Hell no. Them niggas down rock bottom, my nigga. I don't know. Goddamn, slang can only go so far. This shit ain't even close to speaking white. It ain't.
Went back to speaking
To
the
who
way
you are.
I really was.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's like crabs in a barrel mentality. And it's kind of like, okay, what can we relate over? And that is the struggle within the Black community. There's certain like experiences in which we find commonality or common ground. And when we see someone with a more established upbringing, like you guys were mentioning, like if someone goes to private school, I went to private schools, you know, or it's your whitewash. Why do we associate success or being knowledgeable or speaking a certain way with being white?
To hold ourselves accountable within the Black community would be to stop judging each other on our level of quote unquote Blackness, because that is where I do think the issue is stemming from. And I think within our community, if we're saying, telling me, oh, you're an Oreo, because like really? No, I'm educated. We need to stop talking down to each other because we have those qualities. It's not a bad thing to be articulate.
I think that's the majority, and we're the minority, sadly. It's like we gotta leave them on the plantation. honestly.
Yeah. Yep.
I never felt more secondhand embarrassment in anything I've ever watched than this shit, my nigga. That nigga that be eating a food and dancing and shit has not given me more secondhand embarrassment than that shit, my nigga. Leave them on the plantation, mod. No, nigga. You're not supposed to say that, man. I'm gonna keep it a whole bean.
Right. Can we have the disagree step forward?
Shit.
I would say that is an issue within the Black community where they try to say you're not Black because you sound a certain way. I think that's ridiculous. Like, we're Black because we're Black, right? But yeah, like, I tune a lot of that stuff out. It's just if I can't use it to do something that will better my life, it does not matter to me. And I think because of that, I disconnect from a lot of Black women and some Black people because I don't like being a victim. I cannot be a victim. I'm like, what is the issue? Let's work on the issue. Yeah, it might be a little harder, but that's fine. You know, there's no growth without opposition, so it's like, let's just go.
Let me ask you all a question. Are people still telling you all, you talk white? Is that an experience that you're all experiencing now?
Yeah.
Right now?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wow. I have the ability to code switch.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I can definitely, you know, like it's a switch for me. So I haven't had anyone say, oh, you talking white. You know, it's more so like, you going somewhere. I've heard that my whole life from our community.
Right, I never heard talk white.
Because I know slang, but that's our language within the community. But outside of that, I am a very intelligent individual, so I know that I need to speak and not use Ebonics so that you'll be able to understand me. And I think that in itself outlines the fact that I feel more judged by those outside of my culture, outside of our race, than inside.
Walking around in society, I'm automatically judged by people who are not Black because I'm Black. And they have an expectation if I'm not dressed properly, if I don't carry myself a certain way. And I understand that. To your point, like, I refuse to be a victim. So I'm going to, like, okay, whatever it is, like, I'm going to present myself the best way possible so that I know I might be judged a little bit walking through the door, but at least I'm giving myself an opportunity. But yeah, I think Black people, we might give each other crap for, like, giving myself an opportunity. But yeah, I think
They must have called her last minute like, yo, we need you on stage now. You ever say that makeup ain't makeuping? I'm sorry, I just had to say that. You mean? I'm sorry. I really didn't have to say that though. Maybe it's just the light. Maybe I'm fucked up.
Black people, we might give each other crap for, like, being different, but at least I feel like we always have each other. Most of the time, we have each other's back, I think, as Black people.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That's
Especially not a
major-
Black man with a Black woman.
You don't think so?
No.
I agree. I agree there because I think that when Black people at school said that I talked white, and especially with a British accent, it's even more like white. It was always more, like you say, it was kind of just like, we're in the community together. I feel like when the white people would say stuff, it was like the true attack. The girl, talking of oversharing in this modern world, the girl that I lost my virginity to, white girl, and a few weeks after, she was asking my friend about me, and she was like, does he consider himself white or black? And then my friend was like, he's black. And she's like, oh, that's a shame, because I'd only date a white guy, but at least I can tick a black guy off my list. And that's like my first ever like real sexual experience. When it was the black women in dating saying you talk white, you're too middle class, whatever it is, then that was just like, okay, yep, just we are different parts of the same community. When white women and other partners who would be like, you're not meeting my dad, because he would never let me date a black guy, that felt like way more cutting.
In a sense, it's a fetish. And we have to be careful about that because as a black woman, you're a black man, I'm around black men. You're not a fetish for me because you are a part of my community. And so I disagree with for myself, my experiences, the black community has fully supported me. But I think when you expand outside of your, right in your face community, you'll realize that there are a lot of black women that are just rooting for black women because they're black. I mean, we can think about the election
I can definitely say environment, because when I lived in Atlanta, it was nothing but like black support, black love, everybody's helping each other. You don't see too many black men with white women there.
I carry my parents' relationship patterns.
So I just had a baby, he's 4 months. And
fire.
I have a partner, we're in a relationship. But I
she
do
already
tell
married,
him
it's
often
love.
that my mom and my dad never married. And so marriage is not my top priority. Although I want to be married, it's
she's
not
not
the
married.
end
Okay,
all
that's
be all.
cool.
I think that some people are raised
cool,
and
too.
they've seen their parents married, like I have to be married. I don't feel that way. And I do believe in healthy co-parenting. My parents were healthy co-parents. You would have thought they were brother and sister. So I do believe that if our relationship ends, I would be okay. I am open to being a co-parent.
So I'm in the middle with this one.
Yo, she really the healthiest motherfucker I ever fucking seen on a goddamn Jubilee, gang. She rubbed me the wrong way like at least once in an hour. Gotta fuck with it, gang.
Be okay. I am open to being a co-parent.
So I'm in the middle with this one actually, but I was leaning more towards agree with the statement. I definitely learned unhealthy relationship habits from my parents, and they're actually the model, hi mom and dad, the model of a relationship that I am trying to avoid, and they're the reason why I know like your partner is sorry. After seeing how my parents' relationship was, I learned your partner is the number one choice, life-altering choice you could make in your life.
Absolutely.
With my family dynamic, it's just a little unique because the dad I call dad is my stepdad because my biological father is incarcerated. He's also black. So my stepdad I call dad has been in my life since I was 1. But so with that, I would say my father being black, my mom being white. Now that I'm an adult, I can see there was a power dynamic in their relationship. And like I mentioned, I did grow up on the white side of my family. I didn't know until I started dating how differently I had grown up from other kids. I talk back to my parents because that's what they do to me.
Call them names.
Yes, so when I got my first boyfriend, he was like, what in the hell are you doing? And I genuinely did not know until I got into my first relationship, like, whoa, that's not healthy. You can't just be screaming at your partner all the time. That's not normal. And I thought that was normal because that's what I grew up around.
I think mine is pretty much exactly that, unlearning. Because my parents, their relationship was at a very loud volume, and it was a lot of aggression, passive aggression. Like I got to see them like fall out of love to lead to their divorce. And my dad had my brother and sister from his first marriage, so like I think talking about inheriting patterns, I always like expected that I would have biological kids, step kids, adopted kids. I always have expected that every single relationship will at some point die and just you will never speak to that person again. So yeah, I think I've just inherited all of those patterns, like you, trying to unlearn them now. But yeah, that was like my whole childhood.
We might be half brother and sister. Don't go on Ancestry DNA.
I don't remember all the circumstances in which my parents
All
got
right.
divorced. I don't remember. I know some of it, but I was pretty young back then. But what I do know is how much the divorce impacted me just growing up and not having my dad in the house for years. Like developmentally, I think just obviously my mom did a great job, right? You know, but as a single mom, there's only so much I think she could do. And having my dad in a different state a lot of the time, not having that male presence around really impacted my maturity, number one, my ability to be disciplined, I think. How I interacted with women in a lot of ways, I think was impacted by not having that positive sort of male role model close in my life, involved in my life. And so I say this to say, like, I've followed the relationship model insofar as that I want to get married at some point. But after seeing how that happened and how that impacted me, that's why I view marriage so important and never want my kids to have to experience that. Like, I want to be in my child's life as much as humanly possible.
I definitely agree with what you're saying. So I know that it may have came off like, oh, we could be a co-parent today, but I don't feel that way. I just feel like most times when people get in these relationships and they have children out of wedlock, or they're married and they get a divorce, it's the end of the world. They don't want to work towards something better. They don't want to work for the betterment of the child. And so for me, that is the inherent view that I have, that the child is important. You have to put whatever you have aside and make sure that child is in the forefront. It can't be the end of the world for you. You can't hate this person because you created something so beautiful with them. But I do want to be married. I would love to marry my partner in this sense, but I think that my mom, this is something that I'm unlearning. My mom is the black woman. I don't need a man. I paid the bills in here. But my dad would help regardless. He could have a woman, he could have a girlfriend, but he would help towards the household. He would help her if she needed anything. He was her first call. And so I think the way I view dating is that.
My mom left her whole family for men.
More
over and
calm
over
down.
again. So she put a man above all else. That's kind of how I carried myself in primary. Like the first relationships I had, I fully poured into them, not myself, because I was like, well, they're gonna take care of me. That's what my mom's doing.
Right. But I also want to know, why does the black community not hold marriage to like a high standard?
We did when we had the most discrimination, racism, and when times were the worst for us back in the civil rights era, we were getting married at a much higher rate and staying together than we are now. And so that's why I was asking, like, how did it happen that from 50s and 60s, we ended up here to where things are regressing when things should be theoretically getting better because there's more access now.
I think back in those times, it was a necessity. As a woman, being married was almost close to a necessity because of all the things you couldn't do as a woman. I think that's why we have degressed in a sense, and I think that it should be held valuable, but it will never be the necessity that it once was.
Can the disagree step forward?
We grew up with
It's always and forever going to be a necessity to be married, man. Always and forever going to be a necessity to be married. You mean, when you marry, you build. I mean, obviously you could build life together without the marriage, but like, I just feel like marriage is super, super, super important. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when you marry somebody, you build a covenant. You mean, you build a promise. You make a promise, you know what I'm saying? And y'all build life together. That's even better if you have a kid in wedlock. And if we talking religiously, if we talking religion, you mean, it's always gonna be a necessity. Gotta be married first. You mean, well, you don't have to be married first, but I feel like marriage is very important. I don't really have that crazy of an opinion on this shit. I don't even know why I commented on that shit, but I just think it's important, gang. I think marriage is very important, especially when you're building a family. I think it's essential.
technology and stuff like that. So I've been shaped by so many other things and shows and experiences. I wouldn't say that it would be their relationship has shaped my relationship. I see a lot of issues that I know that I wouldn't want in my relationship if I were to get married. So I can't say that it does, no.
I probably should have agreed because I look at my parents' relationship and I learned like what not to do and what to do.
Right.
Like they raised me out of wedlock. They were never together once I was born. My dad was in my life, but honestly, I love him to death, but he's a piece of shit. Watching from how they were together, I'm doing the total opposite. I have to stick with my partner forever if we're gonna have a kid, no matter what.
Growing up, I had.
Fuck no. No matter what, I'm not gonna lie. I learned that no matter what is a little bit threatening, man. I mean, okay, say you and your partner y'all just slowly grow apart. You want something, you want one thing in life, she want another thing. It's okay to grow apart, man. You say until death do us part. Now motherfucking scared. What the fuck you mean by that? You mean we can't leave for the sake of ourselves? I hate people that be like, yo, we gotta stay together for the sake of the kid. Cause now you go from arguing in private to now you arguing in front of the kid. Now y'all building that same household that motherfuckers is talking about right now. You mean? And God forbid, somebody just like, I'm leaving. And they be like, if you can't be with me, you can't be with nobody. Blah! I'm just saying, God has many ways of making things happen. That relationship just might not be it, but it's okay, nigga. You move, you live, you learn, and you move on. The sun gonna rise and set, the moon still gonna shine, the clock still gonna spin, and you gonna be alright. Sometimes the person you think is forever ain't really forever, and that's okay, bud. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, reality hit quicker than you think. So it may be good for everybody. I mean, it may be good for some people, but it ain't good for everybody. Wow.
Their father figures, and I'd say even throughout those relationships, my mom has been consistent, and she's always been very mindful of who she introduced to me. My mom never argued with anyone in front of me. She never had any disputes, so everything to me in the eyes of a child was perfect. And I feel like that is a very key and beautiful thing that a lot of people need to keep in mind and maintain.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
So, because we're speaking about parents and dating habits, do you think you all levitate towards individuals who've had this same experience with their parents and the same dating habits? So, for example, if you grew up in a house with a single mom, do you think you levitate towards men who also had a single mom?
In my personal experience, especially with my mom having left when I was 16, I've struggled in my romantic relationships with my significant other's mothers every single time. And for whatever reason, I don't know if it was me unintentionally gravitating towards men who had a really close relationship with their mom. Like, definitely have found myself struggling in those situations.
Mama's boys are dangerous. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Maybe we all related.
Where's my dad?
I found that, because my parents
Shit finally getting wholesome. This shit was hostile for a little minute.
All the time, when I'm with people whose families are more like happy, I'm like, why are you guys happy? I hate it. How come I can never have this? And I'll self-destruct, I'll crash out. So I really struggle. I think I go for people that have had different experiences to how I was raised, but I tremendously struggle with that.
I think that what we're missing within the Black community is spaces like this. And so now they've created this space, and now this is on the TV of those who want to watch it. So it's up to us to advertise it.
All of our energy should be focused on going towards what our goal is as a community.
Right.
And then all the other extra stuff should just get put to the wayside for a second so we can figure out where it is we want to be and get there together. I think that's kind of what we need to do. And having these conversations is how we figure out what those priorities are.
And there's people that's doing that, but unfortunately, this is just not popular.
Well, it's a mature message, and
I don't want to hear her speak no fucking. I think she butchered my whole outlook on her is so butchered. I don't see no ring on your finger. It might be for a reason, sir. It might be for a reason. Her fucking ways of thinking is outlandish. My thoughts on her is her shit is done.
Unfortunately, this is just not popular.
Well, it's a mature message, and immaturity is really highlighted today and supported.
Yeah,
it is.
It's a very mature message, and it's going to be niche in an odd way.
We got to stop highlighting the negativity or we see something good that's happening in the black community, let's share it, let's spread the message.
Like
not
supporting your
just-
partner when they down, not just for the money on.
We can't rely on the media,
Yeah.
who's not controlled by black people mainly, to
Exactly.
do the job for us. That has to
Right.
be something we do together.
You have to take it to them. You have to meet them where they are.
We're literally all mad.
Right.
It was meant to be.
Let's not listen to social media all the time too. Sometimes you run into that one motherfucker. I'm about to get off soon. But sometimes you run into that one motherfucker that just talk down on black people as a black person, aka Justin LeBoy, aka The Shade Room, aka whoever the fuck else. All the blog pages on TikTok and shit. Sometimes you gotta be careful with them niggas as well. You mean? They be talking crazy about black people too. Bringing up the drama, dividing the community, starting the debates and shit. Nigga, taking it to them don't do nothing sometimes. The best thing you could do is worry about your own personal situation and mind your business, man. You mean, W fucking video though.